How's it going, guys? Chris at the Rockford Ordnance. Sorry I'm late, but if you guys got the notification, we had a premiere just a few short minutes ago. And I'm sorry, I've got dogs barking in the background. Everything's going nuts tonight. Just got a notice. Oh, I got a notice that I'm streaming live. Wow, I noticed myself. What do you know? Anyhow, so yeah, we had a live premiere. Let me put this camera up a little bit. I don't know if that's better or not. We had a premiere of the video Iwi Galil Ace Gen 2 pistol in 7.62 by 39. And yeah, I thought it was a pretty good video. I had a ton of fun shooting the video, shooting the gun. I want to talk about that because I couldn't really get across in the video just how much I liked it. It was awesome. It's for those of you that have watched my live stream for a while, you know that a lot of people will group the Galil in with other variants of AKs, and I always said I don't do it. Not because it's not similar to an AK, just because I have a different level of respect for that gun, and I believe it's that much nicer. And this certainly proved the case. It's outstanding. I threw a little clip in at the beginning of the video that I repeat the whole clip later, but I'm talking about just, this thing feels so, I'm like, oh God, it feels perfect. It just everything you want in a close quarter, easily operated, handy, tough, solid, just little package. I hate to say it because I love it so much, but I think I like shooting it better than I like shooting my Sam 7 K pistol, the 44. I think I like it better. Now, that be said, I think this Galil would look better with that Galil style brace from CNC Warrior that I have on the Sam. I was thinking about it. Why X almost on that Sam 7 pistol? It's that handguard. I have that handguard with the flashlight in it from Bulgaria. And the flex being that those things are like $500, right? And guys are like, oh, I'd like to have one, but man, the money's crazy. And I got my hands on one. I didn't pay $500. And it's rare. Not a ton of people have them. And it looks cool. It's different. So I run it with that on it just to show it with that, right? But at the end of the day, it's uncomfortable. The standard handguard's better. You could certainly do some other brand and like a TDI Arms. M-Lock would be great on there. As a matter of fact, I got to see if TDI makes one for it because that TDI handguard that I promote a lot and I show on a lot of my guns, the reason I like it, or maybe the reason I like the Galil, is that handguard feels a lot like the TDI. Imagine that. TDI's Israeli-owned company. They work hand in hand with the Israeli government. And it's just a nice piece. Anyhow, hopefully you guys caught the premiere. Let me know if you did. Let me know what you thought. And I'm going to do a quick check-in here and see who's here. Orion Fixer's in here. Damn, Joe, I hope you don't do everything that quick. I don't know what he's talking about. Joe commented back. I just saw a notification and popped in to Mark. Oh, he was in here. Joe was in here earlier. And Joe was over on the premiere on the video, too. A bunch of you guys were over there. I saw you. One Tommy gun was over there. He's got a couple new guns he bought this week. What else is new? Tommy gun. Comes in every single week. Hey, I bought this. Oh, by the way, I got that. Oh, hey, and I happened to pick up one of these. He's like 4 guns a week. I think he averages roughly. He's you making money with those guns and maybe a ski mask? What's going on? Anyhow, he's always got something new, kind of like I was doing for a while. But I got so much I'm looking right here. I got 10 videos I can do on all different stuff. But I will tell you about something we got coming that's really cool. Let's see. Who else is in here? So Joe's in here. That's a fire rotter. I don't know why my screen is so dark. Let me find a way to brighten this thing up here so I can see what the hell is going on around here. Oh, here I got this cool new computer, and it's got all kinds of little touchy controls. There we go. What do you know? I can read. Sorry about my head cold. I just took my sinus medicine, so it's dripping here on me. Let's see. Mini Draco is looking pleasant as usual. What mini Draco? Oh, your mini Draco? I thought, oh my God, did I have mine in the camera here? Because it's sitting right next to me. I thought maybe you could see it. I didn't know if YouTube would freak out or something. I guess you can have them in the background. You just can't touch them. But I'm not going to bother. Maybe one of these days I'll change the camera angle a little bit. You guys will get to see it. Let's see. Jonathan Ortega said that mini Draco is looking pleasant. Miguel Valenzuela, excited. I just ordered a Sam 5 with OD green furniture from my, what are you, freaking copycat? Is that it? Tell you what, now you got to find the mag to go with it, because that's what's BA. You get that OD green mag and OD green mag. Yeah, just OGOD. Go find yourself an OGOD Circle 10 mag, and you're in biz. Check out my video with that mag in the gun. It looks awesome. It's just so cool. I just wanted something different. I got a SAM with wood. I got a SAM I did with Bakelite. I got a SAM I did with the original salmon furniture. I've got black polymer tactical on one, and this one with the folding stock. I just wanted something different, and that OD green just looked cool. Let's see. Joe's the master as usual. Yes, he is. I was late to the premiere 50-50. I don't think you were late. You were pretty much right in there. Miguel Valenzuela, they are sweet. Sure, you will like it. You are going to like it. That gun, did you get the side folder or the fixed stock? But I've got just about all of them. But that, oh, you said Sam 5. So my Sam 5 is all black. But I think, is that the one I put all the Bakelite on? I think I did. I got to take a look. I don't remember. But my OD green Sam 7 side folder, damn, I like that gun. It's a laser beam. I got to do more with that thing. That's a gun that should have 1x6 on it or a 1x8. It just handles so well. I don't know, with iron sights. It shoots so well with irons, I should say. Haven't really tried it with an optic yet. Alan Bishop's here. He was in for the premiere over there. Tommy said I should use a mallet to put my top cover on, and I told him, I won't say it again, but I said only wimps use mallets, sort of. That's kind of what I said. And he says the guy with the gloves on, come on, it's AKs, man. You got to wear gloves with AKs. You fry your hands off. I don't care what kind of hand guard you got on there. Oh, does it have a heat shield? Lots of luck. Lots of rock. You just ain't fired enough rounds yet. I'm not talking to you, Tommy. I'm just saying in general. That's how guys will be. I'll be like, wow, how's the heat shield work? All right, Captain, 20 rounds. And he's on his way home. Let's see. Who else? Fire Router said Premiere looked good. Yeah, I like doing that video. God, I looked, it had been so long since I put out a video other than by 39. And we did shoot a by 39 video this week let's talk about that real quick. Uh, Fred sent me some powder, some bullets, and we did a little testing, and some of it went good and some went bad. Matter of fact, I may take a 30-second break in a little while here and go get the targets from that and show you guys. So I was expecting big things with this powder, and the powder we were waiting on was CLK Black, which is made for 300 blackout, which those powders for 300 blackout work exceptionally well for 762 by 39. Essentially, they're very similar ballistically. So that being said, I was very excited to get that powder. I thought that's going to change everything. It's going to make my life easy. These things are going to be super accurate. We're going to get these. And it kind of did, and it kind of didn't. So what you guys are going to see in the new video, which you guys are going to be excited. A lot of you here are going to be excited because we switched up guns. No longer shooting the Krebs, which is essentially built on an SLR 107 FR. We switched up. I don't know. Just because it says Krebs on it does not mean he accurized the gun. The gun is what it is. He makes it more usable, more reliable, easier to work with, all those things. But the barrel is the barrel, the gun is the gun. He's taking a factory gun, whether that be he's built Vepers, he's built on arsenals, he's built all kinds of stuff. And now he builds, his own stuff with Polish parts. He's always done that too. So depending what model you get, they're built to be ultra reliable, super smooth, handier, all those things, but not necessarily more accurate. But that while that gun's always been very accurate, I just felt a change was due. And my Yugo guns always just seem to be so darn accurate. And you guys will know my day-to-day shooter, the one I train with when I don't want to put a lot of rounds through some of my guns, the one I don't give a rip about, that I'll sit down and I'll run a 5,000 round test right now and keep on pumping, is my NPAP. And I wonder if it's because that old video Robski did where they cracked the NPAP receiver and NPAPs are all junk, I wonder if it's because of that. I got that in the back of my mind. I've got so many rounds through that gun, I don't even know. It's well over 10,000 rounds. It's the gun that is always with me. And when I go to the range, it's the first one I pull out, pop a mag in and let her rip. I got a 3-power prism on it. I've got a Fab Defense stock. It's got an M4 buffer tube, adapter and buffer tube, mag pull, K-grip, cheese grater top cover, TDI arms, forend, and a BD2 muzzle brake, and the gun just runs, man. And it's so accurate. So I wanted more scope than the 3-power. Threw the 1x6 on that off of the Krebs gun. And at the same time, since I needed a different mount being a Yugo, I didn't want to really unmount that 3-power because I can put it right back on. It holds 0 and won't have a problem. Why mess 2 up? So we've got that new side mount from Zastava we've been testing, and I got a video coming out on that. It's a very nice side mount, but it's a flaw. They probably won't say it's a flaw. I'm sure they meant to make it like they did, but in my opinion, it's wrong. It's just flat out wrong. If you compare it to an RS Regulate, when the RS Regulate goes on, you put it on the rail, you slide it forward, and it goes far enough forward to where the meat and all of the top and bottom rail are engaged, which means it's past the rearmost point of the side mount. Well, with the Zastava, you slide it on, and the back of the rail, it's got a little tooth that comes over. You slide on. When it gets to the back of the rail, it stops. At that point, about half of the clamping rails are on engagement points on the side rail, and it sits way too far back. To give you an idea, that you see how the scope sits on my Krebs rifle. The rear lens ends right about where the top of the dust cover ends. So not the bottom of it, because that's further back, but the top. It ends there. Well, on this, it's hanging back past the dust cover and over the M4 adapter and everything. So I got to run the stock all the way out. And I almost took a file to the damn thing and just took that tooth off. And I thought, well, when I got more time, I'll look at this thing. I did, and they built it like that because that end tooth that meets the back of the side rail, it's rounded to meet it perfectly. It holds tight. It doesn't move. It mounts easily, all that stuff, but it doesn't slide forward enough. I don't care what scope you put on that. It may be fine for a red dot. It may be fine for a holograph sight. It may be fine for a prism. It will not work with any type of tubular scope, whether that be a low-powered variable optic or a regular scope. Will not work. Puts it too far back. It's not long enough. When I put the front scope ring as far forward as it'll go, it's hanging way off the back. If I move the scope rings closer to the turrets, I could maybe get another ½ inch, but that's not right. It's just not right. It's a flaw. I think they designed it wrong. I don't think they had a company make it for them. I don't think it's Zastava's fault. They were probably, I'm sure, where the military issue ones went, or whatever they issued with them. Matter of fact, I've never seen a military version of it, but the RS enough forward. I can't speak for other ones, but this one doesn't. Yeah, they could extend the rail, the pick rail further forward, but I still don't think it's engaging enough. It's solid. It stayed in place through 60 rounds on there, but at the end of the day, I don't think it's right. Anyhow, just thought I'd give you a sneak peek. So those of you that are out there looking for that Zastava rail, I'd get yourself an RS Regulate instead. I know they're harder to get right now. Well, probably just as hard as Zastava, but it just ain't right. I don't know if they didn't realize it, or maybe they changed them since then. I don't know, but it's not like it's some machining they forgot. It's purposefully done that way. So anyhow, I would steer away from it unless you're just going to put a red dot or something on it. But I don't know. Anyhow, we put that on it. And the funny thing was, I was going to sight it in, and I didn't want to waste the good reloads we had done for the ladder testing and be off paper. So I tested it with Tula, and don't you know, the thing shot like a 1.5 inch group with Tula. I'm like, oh, all right, day's over. Can't do much better than that. And then I started running some of those polymer tipped Spear 123 grains, and man, those things are shooting real well. With the old powder, the 2230 accurate powder, those shot really nice groups. And then I got to the new powder, and things started going sideways a little bit. Not bad. It still shot really well. that seems to be the bullet, that polymer tip, at least in what I've shot and tested. I did shoot a new cast bullet that Fred made, and those were 155 grain. And he gave me the powder load for that. And when I was loading it, I was thinking, I think he wrote it down wrong. And I'm pretty sure he did write it down wrong, because I was getting 2,400 plus feet per second out of these other ones. I mean, these things were booking, and they were accurate too. Going to be a great hunting round. But then I started shooting these cast bullets, and I was getting 1,700, 1,600, 1,300 feet per second. I think he meant to say 28 grains instead of 18 grains. I think 18's way wrong on that. I think at least it is from the speeds I was getting, and they were all over the place, 8, 9, 10-inch groups. So I got to check the load on that, and we're going to reshoot those. But we're getting somewhere with these polymer tip bullets, which will make a good hunting round. Also shot some Spear Defenders. They look like Lehigh Controlled Chaos. They're a machine bullet, all copper, I believe. I may be wrong there. Hole drilled in the top. They're pretty bullets. They just look like these things that do some serious damage. And those things are flying really nice too. So we're going to get a nice hunting round developed here for those of you guys that want to hunt and get some serious accuracy. And we'll be able to donate that to the cause. Fred may come up with a lineup of these things, so we'll see. Let's see what everyone else is doing in here. Chase Kelly's in here. Hey, Rock, hello from travel to New Jersey the next 2 weeks. So he's on the road for business. He's got nobody to bother him, and he can sit back and watch Rockford Ordnance and geek out a little bit without anybody saying, is that all you do is watch gun shit on the... That's what I get here. I don't know about you guys, but and I have 5 nights a week. Let's see. MZ's here. Number 1, Big Bear made it, and he's commenting. What do you know? Everyone remember to hit like and subscribe and share. Thank you very, very much. I appreciate that. Thanks for reminding everybody. Chase Kelly, great video. Galil looks awesome. It is awesome. It's so cool. I really like it. What do you guys think of the difference between the Gen 1 and the Gen 2? In my opinion, that's the big question going on. No coffee tonight, guys. Got a new, no sugar. I'm cutting out all sugar in my life. That's going to be hard, but got to be done. What do you guys think of the difference between Gen 1, Gen 2? To me, Gen 1 has that Galil character. And Gen 2, I studied the weapon, and to me, what makes the biggest difference, and it's not so, I mean, it's a Galil thing, but it's also an Ace thing. You know, that Ace was around, the rifles, pistols, everything for a long time. And you could, to me, it's how you pick it out of the rack, right? When it's sitting with 8 other rifles. And an Ace, you'd right away know that handguard, right? And you'd also know from the side profile those sights. And those sights made it look like what it was along with that handguard. And that really made it something, right? It was different. And it shoots just as well, all that. And the M-Lock handguard is handy. But those sights, just the lack of sights somehow diminished something. Now, on an AR, when I was first getting into ARs back in the day, you buy your first M4, and then everybody was getting rid of delta rings and the stock handguards and going to long railed handguards, and you thought, oh, look how cool that is. All you wanted to do was saw off that front A2 sight, right? But on this gun, it's just part of it. It really is missing character. And on the Gen 1, you could do the polymer delete. Somebody had a kit out, or maybe you could just take it off. I haven't looked at it too close. I know Krebs was getting rid of it, and it looks like a Galil. I don't know if you can do that on the Gen 2. I don't believe you can. I seem to remember hearing something, reason why. I haven't really looked at it, but I don't know. What do you guys think? What do you like better? I mean, I got to assume they both shoot the same, all of that, but it's just missing something. I don't know. Let's see. Alan Bishop, anyone get any new toys? Picked up a Colt AR-15A4. Awesome. 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 It's always good to get new toys, right? Fire Router Premier look good. Thank you. Tommy guns, they all go in my collection. Got a DSarm 16-inch Para FAL. It's nice. So I got a video out. We went shooting with Fabrizio from El Tenda's channel one day, and we all brought a bunch of stuff just to shoot. It was going to be just a rage day, me and him out having fun. No video, no nothing. Of course, we ended up shooting video. But DS had given him one to test. So we're shooting it, and I got an FNFAL, Belgian original one, really nice. And that gun is so long, especially it's got the long flash hider and everything. And we were shooting breezies, and man, what a nice handy gun. Just that thing feels like when you say battle rifle, that's it. It's just boom, big honking gun. But in that short version, so cool. And what a quality gun, too. You're going to love that gun, Alan. Oh, he's shooting it tomorrow. Awesome. 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 Let's see. Man, you guys got comments. This thing jumped like crazy. You guys are commenting up a storm. Joe says, this week is grocery week. This month we took a horrible beating on money front on meds, so I'll be glad to restock. Thumbs up on the Ratworks left-handed AUG bolt. Worked perfectly. Ratworks is in a little farm town down where I used to live in Illinois, near Rockford. And they're in a little farm town out there, and I've never been there. And I forget what I don't know if they specialize in one type of gun, but I know they got a lot of cool parts for all different stuff that they make. And they're kind of a little known, maybe they're known in certain circles because of whatever they specialize in. But from time to time, I see stuff pop up that's really cool. And that's a gun I'd like to have as an AUG. And it looks like they make a left-handed AUG bolt. So, Alan, tell us a little bit about Ratworks, what you know of them. I'm pretty sure they got a shop in the manufacturing facility in that little farm town. I should, next time I'm down there, check it out. Mr. C, hey, what are your thoughts on KR103 side folders versus Sega Vepers Bulgarians in terms of quality, fit, and finish, specifically the stamped equivalent variants? I take it you're talking about Kalashnikovs USA. Is that what you're talking about? Were you talking about, you know what? There was a Krebs KR103 too. Not sure which one you're talking about. Versus Sega, Vepers, Bulgarians, fit and finish. Well, let's take Sega's Vepers, Bulgarians. Of those three, I will tell you that I own Bulgarians, lots of them. I own a bunch of Vepers. I've had one Sega. and I don't currently have one. And I kick myself every day for selling it, but I've shot a bunch of them. And I will tell you that the Vepr has the highest fit and finish and probably smoothest out of the box, even in my opinion, smoother than some of the milled guns out of Bulgaria. Just a great gun. You can definitely tell when you pick that gun up and just touch, feel, look, that they know what they're doing. I mean, it's a Russian gun, you know. As to the KR-103, I'm having a brain fart. So let me know down there what you're talking about, and I'll get down to it in a second, and I'll finish that up. Tommy Gonzalez Bishop got 5.56 Baril on the way today. I saw somebody had those back in stock. And I don't know on the Baril if I want a 5.56 or not. I don't know. Got Arsenal Sam 594 came in yesterday, although Rockford don't like, and rescued another SLR 107 FR tonight. Did you get one last week? I thought you did. I thought you got those guns last week, or you mentioned it or something. I don't know. Yeah, I have a soft spot for those SLR 107 FRs. I just like them. I love my one with the triangle stock, and I didn't. It wasn't that I don't like that Sam 594. That's the one with the rail and stuff. It's cool. Dixie Livin made it over. Evening, everyone. Just saw your Galil Ace Gen 2 sweet gun. I'm now a Galil Ace junkie. Yes, you are. Have you shot yours yet? Sold off a Wasser. You know, my Wasser has got so, well, I hate to say it has issues because it runs and runs and runs, but it's just so tweaked up right now that it bugs me. I can't even, I don't even really feel like I can take it out of the safe and go, here's a Wasser, because I just, it was my second gun, and it was one of the early ones, and I tested out the Appliance epoxy paint finish on it. It's so glossy right now, it looks like a toy. It's got beautiful wood on it. The receiver is a bit twisted, but it shoots really well. But it's, God, the top cover's so thin, everything is just clanky, and I don't know. New Wassers feel better, I hope, but I keep thinking, how can I be an AK collector and not have a good example of a Wasser? I guess I have a good example of an early one and everything they did wrong, but they're a lot better than those old ones were. So I almost feel like I should buy one, but then again, there's so much to buy out there that you need to get before it goes away, that to allocate the money toward a Wasser seems like, oh God, that's like missing a step, or 2 steps forward, 1 step back kind of thing. You know, I don't know. I don't know. I should have done it back when they were 500, 600 or 400 when they came with the blonde wood and everything. Now you don't even see a lot of them. What is up with that? You used to be able to walk in any shop and they'd have 5 Wassers minimum, maybe 10 or 20. But I haven't seen a Wasser on the shelf for sale in months and months and months, maybe a year. I don't know. I think I saw one maybe, but they all seem to have black polymer on them now. And not the blonde wood. And to me, if I'm going to own an example, and don't get me wrong, I'm not saying it's collectible, but if you want an example in your collection, I guess you'd want an early one with that rough wood, you know, the original military wood. And then maybe the new example with the U.S. crappy wood on it. I don't know. That's just how I feel about it. Chase, I saw you emailed me, and I did not get to take a look at it. It came across when I was doing something for work, and I didn't get a chance to look at it. I'm sorry, but it's about your pistols, right? So I got to take a look. That's been a long time coming. So I promise you I will. Tommy, I always have a mallet in my bag. My gloves always have holes. Mine too. Funny thing is, it's never the trigger finger. You'd think that would wear out, but my left index finger wears out. I don't know if that's from holding the front of the hand guards or what, but it's always worn out. And I continue to wear the gloves until they're falling off my hands. It's just those tan ones I got in the video. I just got those. I was walking through Menards, and around Christmas, I usually buy them there, the mechanics gloves, because they get like 2 for $20 or something. They're really cheap, and they got cool colors sometimes. So I grabbed that, and I didn't see a sale. When they rung them up, they were $21. I was like, holy cow, things have went up. I'll pick up a WBP Fox, then I stop buying AKs for a while. Right. Liar. Tommy Guns, Miguel Venezuela, the Circle 10s are best in my opinion, but money buy ones kind of thing. Yeah, I told you guys last week. I say it every week when someone asks me. Best mags on the planet, Circle 10. No doubt. Followed closely by, I think I got a bit shitty connection tonight. That's the second time it's flashed up. Haven't had that in a while. Hopefully that's all she wrote. Let's see. WBP Fox, pretty rifle. I agree. Ellen, I'm excited for when I get my new lower. I'm going to save up for an upper. Cool. What kind of, how you going to make a shorty? What are you going to do? Things get crazy in Ukraine. We may see some battlefield pickup. Segas. Yeah. What's going on over there? I haven't watched the news in a few days. I'm sure they're still posturing. Nothing will happen while the Olympics is going on, I don't think. That's why they're doing it, though. Because if it was any other country hosting the Olympics, all kinds of crap would have went on. In my opinion, we shouldn't even be participating right now. Should not be over there. Just my opinion. We don't know what their role was in the whole Koof thing, and on and on and on, and everything else they do. We should not be there. But, the athletes, I know what it feels like to be part of an event, a sporting event like that, and have something happen where you can't participate that's out of your control. It happened to us in racing at least once. I know how crappy that feels to work so hard, spend so much money to get there and all, and then not be able to do it for a reason that makes no sense to you. But hey, that's a matter of principle sometimes. Joe's going to do a retro. I like retro guns. I like them a lot. 5.56 M193 is my go-to round. I love shooting 193. You know why? It's so fast and so hot that I don't care what you put on it. The fireballs, man. Wow, incredible. I love shooting it out of if you got a Sam 5, run some 193 out of that bad boy. Holy moly. But don't ever plan on finding your brass, though. It's gone. 70 yards that way. You're like this. You're part of the looking for your brass going, where the fuck? Channel. Sorry. Amazing. 7.62 M80 ball. Yep, that's my go-to round in my Sam, my AR-10. Uh-oh. Did they cut me out for bad language? I don't know. I don't think they'll do that. Oh, there it's back. I hope you guys, it's not buffering. Let me know if it is. Let's see. What else we got in here? I'm sorry for the bad language, guys. I'll stop it if it offends any of you. I wonder if it does. Does it offend any of you? Let me know. Because in reality, I have a bad habit, really bad habit. I control it extremely well on this channel. In day-to-day operations, not so much. 124 grain, 9mm. Funny, I shoot. It's cool you guys comment like this because we can talk about random things that come up, right? Like you may have a favorite round for whatever gun. Like guys are just commenting, I love 193, and another guy, I love 180, and then 124 9mm. What do you guys try to buy? You know, I know lately it's probably grab whatever you can get off the shelf, right? But if you're like me and you had bought up stuff, you probably have, you know, a go-to round that if you have your choice, you would, that's what you'd buy. It's when you buy a case, that's what you buy. So if I'm not reloading 308, which I pretty much exclusively for my precision stuff, I reload. I don't buy any match grade stuff. Rarely, once in a while. There used to be some stuff called Silver State Armory. They made a match grade 308. And God, I love that stuff. That stuff shot so well out of my Savage, what is it, a 10 or 110, whatever it is. That stuff, it was half MOA right out of the box, not even trying. Incredible stuff. I love it. Still got some brass left over from it, but I don't know. Somebody bought them up, or maybe I just don't see it. I think somebody bought them up. It was a little boutique manufacturer, I thought, and gone. But used to love that stuff. Anyways, if I'm just rattling away with the AR-10 M80 ball, and I bought up a lot of it. I'd stop in a local farm store, and for whatever reason, for the last 8 months, they've had a constant supply of the Winchester White Box M80 for like $23 a box. Yeah, it's a little expensive, but it was there. So I would always, like, if I went in for anything, an oil filter, I'd grab a box of that. And I amassed, I don't know, probably close to 1,000 rounds of it just here and there. And I've been hanging on to it, not shooting it. Just, I bought a bunch of 30 caliber, just plain old FMJ to reload for it. And I've been shooting that and saving that, but I should shoot some of it. I like that. And when it comes to 9mm, most of the time I shoot 115 grain. I don't know why. It's just what I do. Probably because 124 grain is a little harder to find, or not harder to find, but lately it's just the other one seems to be more popular. And I really should do some serious testing and see what shoots better, is more reliable out of my Scorpions, because I haven't shot a lot of 124 grain out of anything I own. Let's see. Joe, Ellen, I have 855 too. Yeah. Good stuff. All the ranges give me hell if I try to shoot it. Yeah, they will, because of the penetrator in it. Let's get one thing straight. I'm sure most of you guys know, but I still hear people refer to it as armor piercing, and that's not true whatsoever. There's a small steel penetrator in it. That's it. It's not penetrating any type of armor. It's not going through steel plate. Hell, it doesn't really even ding my AR-500 steel targets. Will it go through a pistol-rated vest? Sure, of course it will. But so will every other rifle round for the most part. Joe, I have a dirt pile, so I'm kind of on my own rules minus the safety stuff. Yeah, I am too. I never shoot indoors, ever. I think, let's see, I've maybe shot indoors in the last 5 years twice at the most. I just don't enjoy it. It's, first of all, the ranges are too short. I got to worry about the range Nazis, either shooting too fast, or can't bring your own ammo, or you're shooting the wrong ammo. Or first of all, I don't like being in that close of quarters shooting with people I don't know, and I don't know their abilities, what they do, what their practices are. Frankly, it scares me. I've seen enough crazy stuff outdoors, let alone indoors like that. And you're in that booth, so you can't even see what's going on next to you. You probably don't want to if you saw half of it. I once years ago, went to a gun range at lunch with one of my managers where I worked. I was his manager. He was also a manager, but I was over him, and not that it matters, I guess. But we ran over there at lunch. He had gotten a pistol and was wanting to try it out, and he seemed fairly knowledgeable, this and that. And he had paid to go out on the range. I hadn't paid, so thank God I was back in the viewing area. He's shooting, and the gun jams. I see him working it, and I can kind of tell he doesn't know that well what to do. He clears it, but not in the best manner. And nobody was watching, no range guy. I don't know what was going on, but he shoots some more, and then another jam, and he's working it. I step out into the range to help him out, and I don't even remember what he did, but he did something, and boom, it went off into the ground, and he was like 5-6 feet back out of the booth when it went off, almost hit himself in the foot. Scared the hell out of me, and nobody saw it. Nobody saw anything. Maybe some customers did, but the range didn't. Nothing was said. I had it on video for a while, and I wish I could find it, but oh my God. And it just shows you, people don't think, and they don't take it seriously, and they don't think, what's his name from, damn it. Clint Smith. Clint Smith is giving an interview, and he says wishes he could start every class he gives by shooting everyone in the class once in the leg. Just walk up to everyone and bam, 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 bam. He goes, then we would never have an accident, because everybody would know how bad it is to get shot. And I think he said he'd do it with a 22 or a 9 or something smaller. He goes, if I could just get it through everyone's head how real the danger is, and how bad it sucks to get shot, he goes, everyone would treat it in such a different way that we'd never have an accident. And they don't have accidents, but people wouldn't do stupid things. How's that sound? He goes, so yeah, if we could start off every class, shoot everyone in the leg, quick hospital trip, then come back, we'd be all good. And he tells it in Clint style. You have to hear it. If you guys want to have an entertaining evening, go and find every video you can find on Thunder Ranch and watch it, especially interviews with Clint. And the ones done by James Reeve are fabulous. It's, Clint's not going to be with us forever. And to me, he's such a treasure. The way he puts things, how matter of fact, how down to earth, and just like he says, he's not a hero. He's just a kid that did what he was told to do, just I have to get out there. I have to get out there. It's one of those things. It's like I keep saying, I've seen every band on the planet because my brother's in the music business. I've seen everybody there is to see. I've even talked to the lead singer of this band on New Year's Eve on the Millennium from Osaka, Japan. He called me at home and wished me Happy New Year's. And that band is Aerosmith. I've never seen Aerosmith, and I got to see him one of these days. You're not going to be able to go see a show. And Steven Tyler called me on the Millennium, New Year's Eve. They were doing a show in Osaka, Japan, and my brother handed them the phone, and I got a crazy screaming "Happy effing New Year!" It was awesome. Not many people could say that. Anyhow, let's see. Gen 1 looks better in my opinion. The iron sights look great. The Gen 2 doesn't look natural with the M-Lock. Looks fake. Hard to describe. Guess I just prefer the original. Me too. And those sights, I tried to get the feeling of those sights with those Midwest Industries sights I put on. They're kind of close, but the ears on the front should have been a little different. They're a hair too high, so they look a little weird. A lot of guys are putting on CZ Scorpion sights, and I happen to have an extra pair of those, which I guess now are like going for crazy money. Guys pay ridiculous money for them. I got a couple extra sets when I bought my my K model Scorpion with the faux suppressor and all. And it came with Magpul sights. They must have been running low then. They had switched over, and I wasn't going to have any of that. So I found a guy, I think on Reddit, and he was in Milwaukee as well. So on my lunch hour, I ran over and met this guy and got a set cheap. And he said, "Hey, you wouldn't want another, would you?" I said, "Absolutely." So I got two sets for like $40 a piece. Now I think guys are paying 100, 150, 200 bucks. I don't know, crazy money. But I don't see, the CZs. I don't know. I don't think the CZs would look right on there. I don't know, maybe. Let's see. But I agree with you, Tommy, on that. Pike Possum, gunshit is better than some things you can see on the web. That's for damn sure, right? His video prompted me to buy that exact model. What video? Tommy Guns, Rockford, what's a good source for some wood furniture? Your Sam 5 looked good in that red furniture. Oh, so see, you remember better than I do. I don't remember what I put on it. My Sam 5 is currently done up with Bulgarian Bakelite, foregrip and gas tube cover, and a what they call original Bulgarian 74s and stuff came in, I guess 74s came with what they called salmon furniture, salmon color. It's not really a salmon color. It's the weirdest color, depending how it wore and faded and whatnot, or batch. It could be anywhere from a pinky salmon to a ugly red orange tomato soup, bad recipe, something. I don't know. I happen to find, and they're always torn to the bejesus. They're just used up, worn out junk. 99.9% of what you find. And the reason they are is the plastic marks real easy. Like you could almost dig your fingernail and make a scratch, and then it almost kind of flakes in weird ways and does all typical ComBlock stuff, right? But I got the pistol grip in stock that in the salmon, and it is literally, I've never seen another mint set like this one. Never seen one. In videos and nothing. I've never come across. You don't see anybody using it or putting it on guns because it's so damn ugly. But that was the original stuff. That's what went with the Bakelite, And I thought, how cool, right? Especially having a mint set. So I gotta do just a short video or so, another video on that gun. There's so many guns we have to revisit, where we gave you a first review, kind of, oh, look at this, the new stuff. But we never come back to them and say how they're doing, or just a fun shoot around video. Maybe I'll do Sunday shoot arounds. That would be good, huh? Kind of like Hickok does, where we're not testing, we're not trying to get accuracy. We're just out shooting, having fun, showing off the gun a little bit. That's why I did the Galil video, because the 762, the by 39 project has just been hard, and it's been it'll be much more fun and much easier when I start to narrow things down. But right now, we're testing such a wide swath of powders, bullets, weights, this, that, it's a lot of work. It really is, and for very little results right now. Um, but I'm going to keep pushing on it because you get frustrated, and that's when guys give up, and that's when people say, "See, it just inherently isn't that accurate around." Well, that's not true. I just haven't hit upon it yet, or I just suck at it. One or two, but um, it's tough. So anyhow, I just want to do a fun video where I can get some shooting in the net. Galil is so much fun to shoot. I could just run rounds and rounds and rounds through that thing. We probably, what you didn't see, I had taken it out and literally just function tested it. I ran like 200 rounds through it. And then I probably ran 200 or 300 during the video shoot there. And it's just been fun. It's been so much fun to shoot. I could put 500 through it like nothing. And I think we'll do that. I got to get the steel. I haven't brought my steel targets out because the new truck, I don't have a bed liner in it yet. And to throw all that steel back there and just destroy things. So maybe I'll take the wife's expensive imported SUV and throw all the crap in the back of that thing. I hope she can't hear me. She'll come down here. Over my dead body, you will. So what's a good source for wood furniture? I didn't answer you, Tommy. You're talking for the Sam? Well, Tom. It's got to be milled. I think what would look good would be Polish furniture. Find some Polish milled furniture. That would look good. Check out who sells all the Polish stuff. Arms of America, right? Or what's the other one? I get them confused. One of those, or even Apex or somebody. But get a set of Polish, I think, for it. I think it'd look really good. Yeah, that'd be about it. That's what I would go for. That's what I would do. Yeah, red. I hope you didn't think that red furniture was wood on that thing, because it's not wood. I do have wood on my Vepper. I put wood on my Vepper with a RPK handguard. Anyhow, Dixie Living. It's funny with the Ace, when the Gen 1 was around, lots of folks were changing out the forend for Midwest Industries and RS. The Gen 2 has the Midwest Industries forend, and we want the original. I do agree the Gen 1 looks great. I guess if I had it as a takeoff and I could put it back on, that'd be cool. And it's not so much the handguard that bothers me. It's the missing sights. That's what changes it the most, I think. And if you're going to do a folding brace, why would they have done the Galil style like the CNC Warrior? Why would they not have done that? I realize they're more expensive. Yeah, but God, it would have been so nice. Don't get me wrong. I like the gun. I love the way it shoots. It's a great gun. It makes me want to go get a rifle, but I'm going to go, if I get one, I'm going to find a Gen 1 rifle. Anyhow, gun content keeps me going through the week. Yeah. I'm looking at getting a Beulah M14. What does Beulah stand for? I feel like an idiot. I probably know exactly what it stands for, but I don't. I'm drawing a blank. Kind of like we always want what they don't make anymore. Absolutely. Like here's a perfect example, right? All of the pistol caliber carbines or little sub guns, all the rage, right? All the rage. Got to have a Scorpion. And man, I love my scorpions, right? And then I got what I got over here. What is that? That's a scorpion. Oh, there it is on the floor. Um, that little Ruger with the takedown barrel and all the 9mm. Got one of those, and got to get a B&T, and got to get this and that. And I always thought the dumbest one in the world, because if I wanted one, I wanted like what my dad had pre-ban when it came to Uzis, right? That little mini Uzi with the weird arm brace and everything. And it's about this big. I thought that is so stupid. And the polymer, that thing looks like garbage. And who the hell would want that? It's almost like, I mean, I want the bigger Uzi that looks more metal and all this. Well, now they discontinued them. And I'm at my local gun shop a couple weeks ago, and he's got one. I'm like, well, maybe I should get this bad boy. And I'm thinking, a week ago, you thought that was the biggest, ugliest pile of useless junk on the planet. And now, better get one. It'll be worth some money one day. What gets into us, guys? What gets into us? Then I watched a video on it yesterday, and I thought, okay, I can kind of see it. It is a kind of a cool style arm brace. To me, the Uzi is such a shame, because if there's any gun that you should be able to just buy full auto and go to the range and have a blast, it's a friggin' Uzi. Maybe because I shot so many full auto ones back in the day with my dad when I was a kid. God, they were so much fun. Holy cow. But yeah, so now that's on the list. And I feel so behind, like everything's going away, and I'm just treading water trying to get it all, before it does go away. I wish I could just get caught up to where, okay, there's one I got to get instead of there's 10 more, I'm wassered out. I almost feel like going back. Maybe we'll do a wasser video. You guys want to see the wasser video with the ugly ass paint and the it's got beautiful furniture on it. Beautiful furniture. But my shiny paint and all, you talk about, it's a gun you would walk into a pawn shop, see sitting there and go, oh my God, who did that to that rifle? Oh my God, that must have been some friggin' hillbilly moron. Oh my God, it's embarrassing. It really is. What happened was, I have the Appliance epoxy thing down to a science, right? Partially because of this gun, but so if any of you have not heard about it, you can take Rust-Oleum appliance epoxy in black and do some certain pre-steps, spray it a certain way, and then bake it, and it will come out. I have it to where I can get it to look a duplicate, absolute duplicate of the vapor finish, except it's 10 times harder. You can hit it with a mallet and it won't chip. Your mallet will come in handy. It's incredible stuff. And that's the only reason I haven't redone it, is I'm afraid to try my normal methods. I don't think I'm going to be able to get it off the gun. And the wasser was a perfect candidate because it's Parker Cerakote paint, anything sticks so well to rough Parkerizing, and it stuck right all right. But the problem arose, and I was actually laying out the process and everything for a bunch of guys on AK Files. And if you look, if any of you are a member at AK Files and you want to know a little bit about it, go into, I don't know if it's under gunsmithing, or if I know at one point they were going to conglomerate all the refinishing or finishing and painting threads into one thread, one big thing. Anyways, I'm over there. My handle is Mojo Racing. And if you go over there and check it out, you'll see me laying the whole thing out. And it's kind of been the go-to way to do it for everybody on AK Files that wants to try it. And, I lay out every step in it. Follow them just like I say, and it'll come out fabulous. But I was in a hurry one day and I stopped to get some paint, some Rust-Oleum appliance epoxy. And I stopped at like an Ace Hardware and they didn't have it, but they had the Ace brand. And I'm looking at the cans and, they just brand all that stuff, right? It's made by somebody else. And I'm looking at the can and the label and this, and it's got to be made by Rust-Oleum, or so I tell myself. And I want immediate gratification and I'm in a hurry and I'm not going to make another stop. So I grab it and I go home. And I got everything prepped and I spray it and it looks okay. It looks like it's normal. And I throw it in the oven and I come back a little bit later and I look and I'm like, oh my God, what the heck happened? Don't get me wrong. If you ever wanted to lay 40 coats of hand rub lacquer on a black GTO, this would be the way that it would have been the most awesome paint job you've ever seen in your life. Like somebody poured liquid black glass over this thing. When I baked it, it just, oh my God, it's incredible. It's like it's coated in black ceramic. I mean, it's unbelievable. And normally, the higher the temperature, the more it'll dull the finish. The baking is what dulls the finish. Well, whatever the hell happened here, it like it melted plastic and just went over it. It's so incredibly glossy. It's crazy. I tried everything. I rebaked it. I steel wooled it. I this, I that. I tried to. Um, I think I even put a dry fall dust coat on it and rebaked it. I can't get it to go away. It's horrible. And then I went and got the right paint and did my buddy's wasser the same day or evening, and it came out perfect. So it was definitely the paint, but oh my God. But if you want to put a nice finish on, and if you're handy or spray well with a can, or you're a good painter, this stuff's incredible. And it'll give you a great finish for cheap. It's as durable as Cerakote, maybe more durable. Anyhow, I should bring that thing out and chuck it in the mud and do all kinds of craziness. I'll have to put some cheap furniture on it for it, but it'd be the perfect candidate because it's going to be my first. When we do the Cerakoting, it's going to be my first patient. That thing's going in the sandblaster, and I am letting them have it. The only problem is I'm going to lose the parkerizing, but maybe we'll repark it. Or maybe I can get the paint off and leave the park. I don't know. I kind of doubt it, but we'll see. David he's in here late. You missed a lot. We've been talking about all kinds of stuff. Tommy, oops, it jumped on me. Alan Bishop with a super chat for $5. Thank you so much, sir. I really appreciate it. He says, I'm surprised there aren't dozens of negligent discharges at public ranges every week. Alan, there are. There's not dozens, there's hundreds every week. Next time you go to a range, take a look up and let me know what you see. Outdoor range, indoor range. If you're at an outdoor range and there's a cover, look up. You wonder, you go, how in the hell? They hit the ceiling, the floor, the walls. They shoot the target hangers, lights, you name it. There's thousands of holes when you look. Even new ranges. Go take a look. People are insane. They really are. But Alan, thank you very much for the super chat. I really appreciate it. You guys, the more and more YouTube, demonetizes stuff and all, it hardly makes it worth it. And it sure would be nice just 1 year here to just be able to maybe, God, not even pay for ammo, but I don't know, something. Let's see. Alan, I still have 3 other Wassers and an RPK. I could take one of those off your hands if it's stock and normal. Tommy Gunn to buy 39 Brill last week, and yes, a second SLR 107 FR from last week. They don't come around very often, so I feel, yeah, I get it. Those are good guns. WBP Fox. I'd like to have one. You know what? That WBP Fox is probably the nicest true AKM on the market. It really is. Paying off a motorcycle. Nice. What brand do I smoke? Marlboro Lights. Brian retracted a message. Wonder why. Haven't watched the Olympics ever. Me neither. I heard the visiting athletes are getting served really shitty food over there. My ears. Not a pussy, nothing offends me. Me neither. Very little offends me. Egyptian ammo. You like Egyptian ammo? I don't know that I've ever shot any. I bought my son. We were at a gun shop and he had just gotten his Car 98, his German Mauser. And God, he loved that gun so much. I think he slept with it. He was still a little shit when I got him that. And he wanted to shoot it so bad, but it was hard to find ammo, And we had gotten a couple of stripper clips full or something at the shop, and he shot it, and he was waiting to get more. And I kept promising him, when I find it, I'll grab it. And just hadn't seen any. And we were at a shop, and they had bagged up in brown bags, like 50 round bags of this surplus. I think it was either Iranian or Iraqi. And you couldn't read the head stamps. And it was brass cased, full metal jacket, heavy rounds, like 230 grain or something, with Berdan primers. And there was a sealant. It looked like sealant around the primer, but it looked sealant was kind of weird, wonky. Anyhow, started shooting them, and they'd hang fire. And even as a little kid, he would, man, I guess I taught him. I don't know, but he just instinctively knew, click, and he'd, wait, hold the gun, maybe back up, and sure enough, boom, and it would, sometimes it'd be a click, boom, other times click, boom, other times click, boom, but there was always a difference. And I guess, I don't know if when I took them apart, the powder looks fine. I think it's the primers. I'm not positive. If it wasn't the primers and it was the powder, I'd take them apart, reload them, and use them. But I can't reload them. That sucks. So I did buy him some, I pronounce it Cellar and Below. Got him some nice ammo there and a couple other brands. And he had fired about half of it, maybe. And I had just gotten him some bullets, some 8mm bullets. And I came home all happy, showing him, we got some, Jono. We're going to load them up and we're going to go shoot the hell out of that thing. And don't you know, I never got to load him up. He still had that other ammo he was shooting, and never got to shoot my reloads out of it. So kind of sad about that, but I got to reload some of those and take that gun out. I had still, we were in the process too with that gun. I don't know how I got on this, but the iron sights on that, when we set them the lowest you can go, it shoots pretty high at 100. I know it's like 200 or something is probably the lowest, and they probably just change their point of aim for at 100. But if you want to shoot it all the time at 100-yard range, and you're shooting for, let's say you have a zone target, a silhouette, and you're shooting for bullseye here, it's going over the target. So I either have to, let me think. If it's shorter, I guess I can't do it right now in my head without the gun here. I guess I gotta get a shorter sight post, is it, or longer? Longer. So what I gotta get, I think. Because if it was the other way around, I think I would have just filed the front sight post. But I think Brownell sold them. He had looked it up on the internet and everything, and found the replacement sight pin for it, and he was going to order it, and he never got around to ordering it, and I kept bugging him, and I still have the hood off of the sight from when we were going to do it, and so I guess I should order that. Maybe I'll do that tonight when I get off this. I'll order the sight pin for it and reload some ammo for it and take that thing out, because all in all, as much as he loved that gun, he didn't get to shoot it a whole ton. I mean, he probably put, I bet he didn't get 100 rounds through that gun. I'll bet. But he certainly handled it, and it was his pride and joy. That was his favorite rifle. And he was going to get his first handgun. He had turned 21, and he was living in Illinois, so he had to get the FOI and all that crap. And he was debating between a SIG and a Glock. And I always thought he was going to go with the SIG because it fit him. He had big hands. He was a big kid, 6'6", 6'7", and big hands. And surprisingly, he liked the SIG better. It fit, but he still liked Glocks and all that. And he was really upset about the Illinois thing. And the only reason he was an Illinois resident was he was going to school down there, but he lived up with us. But being down there so much, he had to get one, and it bugged him that he had to, and all of that crap. But anyhow, yeah, he didn't get a ton of rounds through that gun, but I wish he would have enjoyed it more. He enjoyed it, don't get me wrong, but just one of them things, that's all. I've got two AR-10s that need optics. My beautiful AR-10 with that custom Cerakote job has the cheapest Vortex scope on the planet. I think it was $99. Their little something fire, split fire, whatever. It's a LPVO 1x4. Out of the box, one of the battery contacts had broke. The red dot in the middle of the crosshairs is dimmer than hell. It's a piece of junk. And I've got a, you know what? That's what I'm going to do. I'm going to put the 3-power prism optic primary arms on there. I've got it. I bought it for the SAM 5. I can't find a stock to use an optic with the SAM 5. I can't. I'd have to chin weld it. That's what I want to love that SAM 5, but you can't run an optic on the damn thing because nobody makes a stock that works with an optic for a milled gun. Alan Bishop, I thought everyone loves Chinese food. Everything is reliable out of a Scorpion. Not so, my man. Check out some of my Scorpion videos. I had a ton of problems with both of mine, actually. They were double feeding constantly, failure to eject, stove piping, rounds everywhere jammed up in it. And they run fine with the factory mags. The Manticore arm mags, I had a ton of problems with them. And I even had problems with the Magpul mags. As the mags wore in, the problems seemed to have went away, and it works fine. That gun actually shoots steel case much better than it does brass. It seems like the brass just want to slide out of the mags and whatever. I don't know. But they're running better. Part of it was I had an issue with the bolt on it and that safety that's built into the bolt. It smeared the metal of the bolt over that safety, so it held it in. It wasn't working, meaning if the drop safety on the bolt, when it passes over, it pushes the little button up, that was jammed, and the bolt metal was soft, so it smeared. I'm sure they'd give me a new bolt, but I kind of filed and did. I just hope it's hard enough and whatever. But yeah, I was a little upset. It even chunked the bolt due to the way a couple rounds jammed in there and everything. it was just weird. It had weird ejection patterns, all kinds of stuff. At one point, I thought, well, wasn't cleaning it enough, but I thought I didn't have all that many rounds through it, when in fact I probably had over 500 or maybe even 1,000 rounds through the damn thing without cleaning it, because it seemed to run better when I literally disassembled everything, including the extractor, the ejectors, everything. Cleaned every corner of it that you might miss. And I still don't know if it was me cleaning it or the mags breaking in at about the same time, you know. And then with the 9 shortage, I haven't touched those guns, because you take a Scorpion to the range and you better have 1,000 rounds with you, because it goes that fast. That gun you just sit there on a steel plate and just 50 rounds as fast as you can go, and they're all just banging the steel. The gun never moves. It's the most shootable, fun, fast. I can take a plate rack 6 plates down, and I'm like Jerry Micklick. It's ridiculous. Those guns are crazy, and you can have so much fun with them. I love them. I really do. So yeah, mine weren't all that reliable to begin with. Hey, here's a question for you guys. If any of you know Scorpions and have suppressor experience. So the little Scorpion K model, right? The one they had originally built them for a drug interdiction team, and people liked them so much they made a bunch of them for the public. It's the little shorty, the S3 or whatever. And it came with the faux suppressor in it. Well, that faux suppressor is made by, I can't remember the company, but Silencer Co. or whatever makes them or sells them. And it's kind of a weird shape. It's got like the beginning of an octagon on it, but then the rest is like square or rectangular. And on the K gun, it fits inside the handguard, but the handguard is not the standard Scorpion handguard. It's made by HB, I think. Anyways, it fits perfectly in there. And I'm not wondering if the real version of that suppressor fits inside there like that one does, because it's such a perfect fit. It matches the handguard and everything. But some people have said that it's kind of upside down, that it won't work with it. I think that thing normally hangs under it, and they have it on like backwards almost or something on it, but or upside down rather. So I don't know why they would make the company that makes the suppressor makes the faux suppressor. I don't know why they would make it backwards and not fit, but that's what people have told me. I keep meaning to bring it to the gun shop with me and line one up and see. The factory CZ suppressor is actually round and would still stick out of there quite a ways. And I just don't like the looks of it. I love the looks of this, and I'd like to keep it that way. And if there was one suppressor I was going to buy first, it'd be for that gun. I just think it'd be so cool. I'd love any advice on that, if anybody knows anything, because I personally don't know squat about suppressors. I've shot them with Mark Krebs. We've shot them a ton, and different people, but I have never owned one. I haven't even researched them. I don't know. I'm that guy that says, well, God, I don't want to do all these tax stamps and pay all this money. Isn't there one suppressor I can buy that I can run on my 9 subguns, my ARs, and my AKs? I want to run them all, and a 22 for that matter. I want one suppressor for everything. Now, I know that's probably not possible, but I could probably do it with 2, maybe. I mean, the less, the better, I guess. I don't know what to do, and I don't know whose advice to take. So, and it's not like you can try them out before you buy it, you know. I don't know. So, any advice you guys could give me would be great. Let's see, Joe. Hit my public range early before the crazy, stupid stuff wakes up. Somebody commented on one of my videos, how do I get so much open range time, where when you guys see me doing my videos, there's nobody there, right? Or maybe once in a while you hear someone shooting in the background a little bit. Half the time it's someone that's with us, but I am just lucky in the fact that I have this club I belong to that it's got a fairly decent membership size, but it's so underutilized, it's ridiculous. You get a gate pass, and it's an electronic gate. You can go anytime, any day of the week. Pull up with your gate pass, the gate opens, and you're led into a few hundred acres of heaven. And they got 10 ranges. Some are dedicated pistol ranges, others are combo ranges. And then you got a 100-yard range, a 200-yard range, bunch of trap fields, all kinds of good stuff. And I shoot at a couple of the multi-use range, so to speak, that one is almost 100, I think. The other's probably, there's a 50-yard, and then there's two that are longer, like 75. One might even be 100 if you stretch it. And then there's the 100-yard range I shoot a lot at, and the 200. But it's just underutilized. I can go there during the week, weekends, Saturdays, Sundays, good weather, bad weather, and rarely, most of the time, I'm the only one there. Once in a while, like, what was it? Yesterday. It was weather-wise, for what it's been around here, it was warmer. And it was sunny. It was a decent day. You would expect a lot of people out. And I got there about 1 in the afternoon, and there was one car at the 100-yard range. And I was planning on going there for the Galil, but I went over to the multi-use range and did part of the video, and they left, and nobody else showed up the rest of the day. And it's like that a lot. Now I go midweek a lot. I'll shoot in weather where nobody else is even thinking about going out, minus 13, minus 5. I don't care. A lot of times you'll hear my truck running in the background because I leave it running. When I get cold, I go in for a few minutes, or I drive my truck down to check targets or whatever, and come back out, whatever. When there are people there, it's hard because even distant gunfire can mess up, your videos and whatnot. But I'm just lucky, I guess. I would hate to lose it because it's such a great place. Nobody bothers you. There's no range Nazis running around. As long as you are safe, and a lot of it has to do with nobody else is there. So do what you want as long as you're safe. And club members know the difference between somebody that's experienced and somebody that's not. I just thought of something. I'm looking at the screen, and this is a joke. Don't take it serious. But hey, Tommy Guns, I wore this shirt for you, buddy. See that? Look at that. You guys like that? The Hungry Dog. That was a joint in Chicago. Read that, where it's located. That was my father's hot dog joint in Chicago. We are true Chicagoanders, whatever, Chicagoans. A lot of people, when I went to college, used to say I had a heavy Chicago accent. I probably still do. I probably lost some of it, but man, you should have heard my grandmother. Holy cow. You could tell immediately. I guess most people could probably tell where I'm from originally. But yeah, it was a cool hot dog joint. Great Chicago. The best true Chicago food you've ever had in your life. Really good. And these were the shirts all the employees wore. And we had boxes of them when we closed the place up and my dad retired and everything. these shirts were around forever. There were, you could go, you open a drawer and there's 10 of them. There's 3 over there. They were everywhere. And then all of a sudden there were none and everybody had forgotten about it. So for Christmas, my brother had one left and he works for the rock band Styx, has for 25 years. And they're a merchandise guy that does all the t-shirts. He gave it to them and an original, and they made it up. And I'm telling you, even the material, the quality, the color, everything is an exact duplicate of them. And he had a whole bunch made for all our family members and everything. And we took a picture at Christmas with the flying wieners. I can't believe my dad never got hit for copyright stuff because of the dog. It looks a lot like Snoopy, but never got hit for it. Or maybe, I don't know, maybe he did. He had to change something. I don't know. But I'll tell you a funny story. There was and it has nothing to do with guns. I won't get back to guns. But in Chicago, just east, if you guys are familiar, just east of Wrigley Field is an area they call Boys Town. And a lot of people used to come from Boys Town to the Hungry Dog, not for the food, but to get a t-shirt. Imagine that. Anyhow, quite amusing. Anyhow, nothing personal, nothing like that. It was just a funny story. So anyways, it's cool. I figured I'd wear it tonight. It's pretty cool. I like them. Reminds me of the good old days, pre-ban. That's how long ago it was. Anyhow, let's get back to guns, guys. I'm sorry for going all over the place tonight, but that's what makes this fun, right? It's like hanging out with your buddies, having a beer, having a coffee, whatever, and shooting the crap. Sold my Scorpions and never looked back. Why? They are so cool. I love them. There are better quality guns out there. The one gun I am so set on getting, and I just got to put my mind to it here and put the money away and go get it. I am getting an MP5, period. I was never a huge fan until I got that Spanish set me, the roller lock, and I think they're overpriced. But to me, if you have a gun collection, that is one of the most iconic firearms, bar none, in the world. And you got to have one. And they're available and they're real and you can get them now. And I got to get one. It's just such a big chunk of change to roll out. And I think if I talk to my wife and tell her, there's no way these guns aren't going to be worth a ton of money down the line because, they're not going to come in forever. And they're a lot of money to begin with. And I know they're going to double. 5 years from now, they'll be double. I just feel it. And if I explain it, I think she'll say, all right, well, go grab one. So we'll see. Probably have to be my birthday and Christmas present for the next 5 years. But, hey, they forget about that after a while. Let's see. I want to like the PCC, but I prefer the rifle rounds. The PCC, I forget about the carbines so much as the sub guns. That's what I like. They're just so little and fun and low recoil. They're just a blast to shoot. They really are. The one centerfire rifle round I use is 5.56 because it's what you have. It's what you do. You shoot what you have. The Uzi is sad as a post 86 non. Yeah, it is. It really is sad. That's the best way to put it. It's one of those guns that because they neutered things like they did, I think it kind of just affects it most. Maybe just because it was iconic and all of that. Just, I don't know. Just moved an Aimpoint Pro to the FAL Para. Holy shit, that's a good setup. Wow. I never thought about putting an Aimpoint on I never thought about putting any optic on an FAL for some reason. Maybe because it's so long. Alan Olive, that Krebs FAL Breezy has. Alan Olive. You must mean I like or something. It has to be a typo. That Krebs FAL Breezy has. It's cool as hell. It's on his page. That's not a Krebs FAL. That's just his FAL from what's that company? DA or whatever. That's the one we shot, but it's cool. Springfield Hellion. I saw it. It's on a gun magazine I got. And I don't know. It's kind of weird to me. How much are they now? That's made in Croatia or something, isn't it? Yeah, me and Otenda tested that gun together. That's a video where we almost blew the gun up. The bad ammo, we had a round not fired completely and a bullet stuck in the barrel. Go watch that video. And I'm going, Breezy, stop, stop, stop. Because I saw the powder come flying out of the chamber when it ejected it. There was powder everywhere. He almost blew that gun up on him. We were lucky that day. It didn't. I poked the bullet out with the cleaning rod out of an AK. Yeah, super nice gun. I shot it. There's footage of me shooting it in there too. Great gun. I said, hey, I may have to test one. Have them send me one. Let's see. I'm looking at a 3.5 by 35 ACOG setup for 7.62. I don't own an ACOG. I've never shot an ACOG. Closest thing I have are the prism scopes by Primary Arms, and I love those. Very cool. I'd like to shoot one. I'd like one for my M4, I guess, because it would make it look cool. Anyone have an Eric 01 9mm? No, sir. Don't know much about them. What else? Damn it. It jumped on me again. Here we go. AUG is cool. Yeah, I'd like an AUG too. Anyone have an Eric 01? No. M76 Yugo from Rapid Fire or Assault Weapons of Ohio. Yeah, wow. I'm not that familiar with it. I will get familiar with it this week. We can talk about it next week. I thought about one, Alan, but no, I can't actually justify any more pistols. Haven't shot anything better than an M9 or USP compact anyways. Let's talk about pistols for a minute. So I don't like Glocks. Oh my God, he said it. I don't like Glocks. Never have. Had a 26, couldn't stand it. The best thing I ever did was get my SIG 365. It was just too chunky and fat for me, and my pinky hung off and felt like this big chunky shit box. That being said, you got to have a Glock. And I've told you guys before how my son, I'd shoot that gun and I'd look over, he'd just be shaking his head like, why do you hate him? You shoot that thing like nothing. Like I'm Jerry Micklick with that thing. Just, bah, 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 just anything I just hit, right? So I thought, I have one gun, and it's a Glock 17. I like full-size guns, and I thought, well, if I'm going to have one, I'll have that. And it had the stock sights, and I didn't like the stock sights. I hated them. So I put a set of, what are they, Trigicon, I think? I don't know. Orange front sight with tritium in the middle and 2 tritiums in the back, but they're not colored. They're just black. U-shaped groove. Wow, did that make that gun faster? Holy cow. I really love these sights, both day and night. And I ran a couple mags through it yesterday. Sunday. Ran a couple mags through it. And man, oh man, so much faster. I'm really liking that thing. I'm thinking about a different grip frame or something a little narrower, maybe, I don't know. Feeling more like my M17, which is my favorite full-size pistol. I love that gun. So I put those sights on it. Any of you guys change your own sights? Anybody got mess with a sight pusher or anything? What kind do you own? This and that. I've had a couple different brands over the years, and I got a new one. And a lot of guys look at this company like it's kind of civilian use. It's called Real Avid. They make a lot of AR stuff and different stuff. They came out with a sight pushing tool that'll do just about anything. It's big, it's huge, and does it work? Best sight pusher I've ever used, and did them with that. A lot of guys just take a punch or a brass punch and tap them out, but you can really screw stuff up, and you got to be careful too when you're dealing with tritium, because you can mess the vials up. So you got to be careful. Anyhow, just wondering if you guys did that. If you'd like to see a video on how to do it, I can show you with a sight pusher, or I can show you. You can get by with just a punch if you're careful, and there's a couple tricks to doing it where you won't mark anything up. I can show you. I don't know. I know, a lot of guys that are way into guns and have a ton of stuff and been doing it, know all about them, have never put a set of sights in. They're either afraid or don't want to mess the gun up, or don't want to spend the money on the tools. They'll spend money after money after money on guns and more guns and mags and bullets, and they don't buy the tools to maintain them or learn how to do it. It boggles my mind. But if you guys want a video on that, I do it. Let me know in here if you guys would like a video on that, or if I get it. It's easy, no big deal. I've seen 100 videos. Let me know. I don't know. This dog do hunt. LOL. Yeah. I was supposed to pheasant hunting Sunday, and it was a beautiful day and warmer. Woo, it got up to 14. But my buddy I was going hunting with had promised a family member from out of town. And then that guy didn't end up showing, and he slept late and didn't call me. So this Sunday, I think we're going to go out pheasant hunting, and I'm going to take my CZ. It's called a Bob White. It's a side-by-side with a straight English stock and a splinter forend, 12 gauge, and it's inexpensive, mid-range maybe. I don't know. I got a good deal on it. Wasn't even looking for it. I was at the register buying a receiver, and I looked over and they had a sale tag on it. And I love side-by-sides. And to me, there's only one way to pheasant hunt, two ways. You either pheasant hunt with a pump 870 with a 28-inch barrel modified choke, or you hunt pheasants with a side-by-side. Same barrel range, 28-inch, maybe 26 would be nice, with improved cylinder and a modified choke. And I hunt pheasants. Everybody uses, God, I see guys hunting pheasants with 5s and 4s even, but most will hunt with 6s, right? I've always just hunted with our trap loads that we load up for shooting handicap. So they're hot 7.5s, 2 3/4 dram. It's a fast load, but it's a very light shooting load, light recoil. And there ain't a pheasant I've ever missed or not knocked down. Matter of fact, last time out hunting with my son, I blew one in half. A bird came up so quick, and I had just got that CZ, and I just came up so fast, and boom! My son picked it up. He said, "Nice job, Dad." We gave it to the dogs later. But yeah, next weekend I think I'm going to go out. It could be that CZ is such a neat gun. When it comes to pheasant hunting, it just feels nostalgic to me, and that's why I say I only like a couple guns. To me, it was as a kid going out with your 870, or back in the day, my dad had a Rossi coach gun side by side, hammers. He had a cock it. It was the actual hammers worked, and I'd hunt with that once in a while. And I had my 2 German short hair pointers, and you were 16, 17. We'd drive out, me and a buddy, and we had a couple farms. We'd hunt family members and some nurseries that backed up to farms, and we'd always get birds. And the dog. Sometimes we'd get up so early, we'd get there and sleep for a while in the car, and it's just always good times. And you always had your 870 with you, and or a side by side, and it feels right. My old hunting coat, and I even have my old boots since I was 18. I grease them up with mink oil and still wear the same boots and everything, and it's just what I like to do. It's cool, and this CZ is neat. Um, it's cool. I always hunted pheasant with my 870. Most of the time, I leave the 30-inch barrel on it. It was heavy to carry, but and it was full choke, but opened up a little bit for trap, and had a double bead trap barrel, and that's what I hunted pheasants with. You guys saw it in the video. That gun's taking a lot of birds, boy. But this CZ is nice. God, it's so natural. I hadn't even test fired the thing, and we went out hunting, and I didn't miss a bird. Just bow, 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 bow. Let's see what else we got here, guys. Nothing but good things. I don't know, right, Kelly? Oh, one new pistol that is best in my group over a year ago. Wilson X-Tac, freaking amazing. But it better be. Yeah, I can imagine. Expensivo. I got a Wilson Combat Grip module for my M17. And I didn't realize there were a bunch of different ones. So I just got it. It's made for one of the compacts. And it fits my M17, but it doesn't go all the way far forward enough underneath the rails, a little short, so you can see the spring. So it's not going to work. Plus, it wasn't cut for the manual safety. So I modified it and cut the 2 cuts for the safety. They're perfect. They look like factory. I actually shot it on video. I was going to show it. Look how smart I am, and look what I did, and here it is, and it works, and it did, and I put it all together until I noticed, oops, it's not long enough. So I guess I got to get the compact or something to use with that. It feels good. It doesn't feel all that different than the stock grip, though, really, in my book. I don't know. They're only $60. Anybody got a compact P320 that this thing would work on? We can talk about it. Do you have a muzzle brake video in the archive? I do. I got a couple. Should I care about replacing the stock muzzle brake on my M70 as a casual? I tell you, I've been here before on an AK. M70 probably has a slant brake on it or a muzzle nut, right? But since you said you have a brake, it probably has. Hell, what did the new? What does Z-Paps come with? I didn't even notice. Is my Z-Pap over there? No. I thought the Z-Paps had muzzle nuts for some reason, but my all my other Yugos, my AB2 and all came with slant brakes. And in a couple of videos, I always talk about that the AK slant brake is probably the most underappreciated type of compensator there is. The Russians were pretty smart. And that slant brake works extremely well on keeping that barrel in place, because AKs don't just come up, but they come up and go to the side. And that's the reason that slant brake's on an angle. It keeps it down. It keeps it from going high right. Now, if you're a left-handed shooter, some slant brakes, you'll notice, have 2 notches. And you can adjust it one way for a right-handed shooter and another way for a left-handed shooter. A lot of people don't realize that. If you have a slant brake, it's a great brake. If you want faster follow-up shots, 2 brakes, in my opinion, are really, really good. And the one, I tend to lean toward using it on ARs more. But if you want to not spend a lot of money and try it out, see what you think. Meridian Defense BD2, Boy Dog 2, BD2 muzzle brake from Meridian Defense. I have the 2-port. They also make a longer 3-port I have not shot the 3-port, but the 2-port I have on at least 3 guns, including the NPAP. Any NPAP video you watch of mine, I'm shooting it, and check that gun out. That barrel don't move. It does not move. And in the Buy 39 project Sunday when I was shooting, that brake was on the gun, and it just sits still. And they're only about $59. Rob Ski used to have them on his website all the time. If you want to go over and support him and get it off of there. I don't know if he still has them on there. I haven't seen them. I haven't been on that site in a long time. But just look up Meridian Defense BD2. The BD3 is the 3-port version, but the BD2 for $59 works great. The other thing is the Krebs IMS system. He developed it to use on 14.5-inch barrels that you're going to weld and pin. That's basically what he made it for, but he sells them for ARs and AKs. And the base system is a 2-part system. The base of the whole system is a flash hider, 4-prong. He went through great pains to make that thing just incredible. So you can run it just as a flash hider, and you will see no flash. The thing is incredible. It does its job the best of any flash hider on the market other than a 4-piece Bulgarian. Does a phenomenal job. The base of it on the outside is threaded because it comes with a compensator then, that if you want to run the compensator, you screw that over, and it compensates for some of the movement, right? As far as muzzle rise or anything like that. Then you can buy separately a titanium muzzle brake that screws on. And you can get that in a short one or a long one. And they work incredibly well. Or you can screw a Liberty suppressor on there. And it's a 4-part system, and it's made for when you weld and pin a shorter barrel of 14.5 and you want to make it legal. You weld and pin the base flash hider on, and then because it's threaded, you're not stuck with one muzzle device. You can go from a flash hider to a compensator to a muzzle brake to a suppressor. But that's not to say you have to use it on a 14.5-inch. You can put it on just like any other muzzle device on an AK and still have all those choices. So it's really nice. Like I said, the base system comes with the flash hider and the compensator, which would probably do everything you need. And it's either under 100 or under 200. And then the muzzle brake attachment is extra. I think that's maybe $100. Look on his website, but great stuff. Really great stuff. Very nice. They make a short one, a long one. I have the long one. Look on. It's called The Best Muzzle Device Ever, one of my videos, and you'll see it on an AR. It's pretty cool. It was a Scorpion comment. I retracted. LOL. You should have got that one. MP5 a month ago. I know. I don't have the money right now. I just don't. That's a lot of do-re-mi, and tax season is upon us. And yeah, another year of stroking monstrous checks. Ridiculous. But like my father said, never complain about paying taxes. If you're paying a lot of tax, you made a lot of money. So we'll go with that. Should I sell my Sam 7 SF and buy a Sam 7K? Wow. God, that'd be such a tough question. I bought my Sam 7K first, and only because they were at the time going away, and prices went through the roof right after I bought mine, thank God. So either way, it worked out. And I got the side folder later. I like them both. If you don't have a pistol and you have other AKs to shoot, I think I'd grab the pistol because it's that much fun. Although the side folder is such a nice rifle. God, I couldn't imagine not having both. But if you're going to buy one first and you already had an AK of any brand, I would probably get the pistol. It's a nice pistol. It really is. I thought about getting a Hellion. I'll pass. Yeah, it just didn't even enthrall me. I looked at the picture quickly and it looked like a messed up Tavor or X95, and I thought I got an X95. What do I need that ugly thing for? That big top rail thing, whatever it is. I haven't even looked that close. But yeah, I love my X95 Tavor. Awesome. I love ACOGs. It's bordering on a fetish. They're expensive, dude. Man. Alan Bishop. Yes, I have an X95. Yeah, I do too. I love it. I got to shoot that more and do more videos on that. I would love to see Rock. Oh, the site thing? Yeah, okay, cool. I meant save for Sam 7K typo. Okay. Make video, knowledge is power. I love to learn. Okie dokie. We will do one. It's okay, Rock. I also do not like any Glocks I have ever tried. Shoot fine, just don't like them. I don't like them either, but I do, man, I do shoot it well. Like I do every time. It's like, oh God, I should shoot that more, but oh well. What are you gonna do? Yes, I have changed the XS Big Dot night sights on most of my pistols. Changing sight is not hard at all with just punches. Depending on the gun, if you've ever gotten one that's super tight, yeah, that's when you go out and buy your first sight pusher. Now, Glocks aren't tight. Glocks come out like nobody's business. The harder thing for most people on Glocks is the front sight because they don't have a nut driver or a socket that is not chamfered too much to grab it. So you got to have the right Glock front sight, or they're super hard to get out. Pain in the ass. Ellen must be checking out for the night. Tori Hanzo, the Wiener Circle on North Clark is another good dog stand. It's on North Clark, huh? Imagine that. Well, it's not really Boys Town there. But my favorite hot dog place in the city of Chicago. And the only reason, literally, well, the other one's suburbs. So, but the only reason I go back to Chicago at all, ever, is for a Cubs game. I love the Cubs. I love seeing the Cubs. And one of my favorite wings, and I'm a wing aficionado. I've eaten them everywhere I can eat them. And the best wings on the planet are across the street from Wrigley Field at a place called Yaxie's. I used to hang out there a lot as a young man in my 20s, and I love their wings. We go there, we get wings and beer, and then we go to the Cubs game. But my favorite hot dog place on the planet has been since I was a little kid, 10, 12, I don't know. Hung out there all the time every summer. It's a drive-in, and all us guys with fast cars in high school, I had a Trans Am. And back in these were muscle car days. It was the 80s, but we all had 60s and 70s muscle cars. And we'd hang out there every night of the week in the summer, and there'd be drag racing up and down the street. And the car hops come out and all of that. It's a place on Milwaukee Avenue called Superdog. It's been there forever. They opened one in the suburbs, which I was really pissed about. But I've eaten there since. But Superdog, I probably ate Superdogs 4 days a week from the age of 16 to the age of 30. I'm not kidding you. It is my favorite hot dog on the planet. They are like no others. If you say there's anything better, you don't know what you're talking about. Don't tell me about Gene and Jude's garbage crap shit hot dogs. There's one place in the world for the best Chicago hot dog, period. I will not even talk about anything else. You may have lived there all your life. You don't know what you're talking about. If you're ever in Chicago, you're ever at O'Hare Airport, you have a layover, Get a cab. It's worth the 15-minute ride. Just tell them, take me to Superdog. Walk in. And if you, I don't know, I've grown up there, so you'd hear them talking behind the counter. Just tell them, God, I'm drawing a blank now. I've only said it 8 million times in my life. Just order a Superdog including. Just tell them that. Give me a Superdog including. That means give me a Superdog including the hot peppers. So what you get is a hot dog in a box. Comes in a box, and the hot dog is nested in a bunch of their crinkle cut fries that are amazing. Dump a pack of salt on them, and then they give you the ketchup thing. You got to put ketchup on each one. It comes with a tomatillo, or I guess that's what they call them today. We used to call them pickled tomatoes. It's a half of a pickled green tomato. You eat that. Then you got your big dill pickle on there. You got onions, bright green Chernobyl relish, mustard, and celery salt. Do not ask for ketchup. There's a lot of hot dog places in Chicago will throw you out and refuse to serve you if you ask for ketchup on a hot dog, unless you're a kid. That's what they come with. And the hot dogs are huge. I mean, they're big. And it's the only hot dog you'll ever have that you could eat with nothing on it because the beef is so good and flavorful. Incredible. Incredible. There's many days I will take that over a steak. I'll take it over a lobster some nights. It's that good. I may get in the car right now and go drive 2.5 hours to go get one right now, or 2. I'll get 3. I'll eat 2 there, eat 1 on the way home. Yep, that good. So if you're ever there, Superdog, Milwaukee Avenue. Matter of fact, next week I'll wear my hat. It's been there since the 50s. The owners just, the husband died first. The wife died not too long ago. But nothing's changed. It's outstanding. It's excellent. If you order ice cream there, you get square cubes of ice cream in a dish. Big sundaes, Whipper Cheesies, which are their burgers. Incredible. They filmed the movie 16 Candles there. We were in it as extras with our cars in the background and stuff. All kinds of stuff. Famous place. Famous without being famous. Not everybody knows it, but they got all the stars that have been there and signed autographs and stuff. It's pretty cool. So if you ever get a chance, just trust me on this. It's like the same with pizza. Chicago pizza, thin crust, thick crust. There's 2 different things. If you are one of these people that think Giordano's is Chicago pizza, you are a tourist. You know nothing. Giordano's is not Chicago pizza. Or Uno's, good pizza, still kind of touristy. Deep dish pizza, the only one to get, period, is Lou Malnati's, and you don't order anything except a Chicago classic sausage deep dish pizza, period, with a butter crust. Entire layer of cheese, the whole top is layered as chunk sausage. It's not the little pieces. It's like layered, the entire thing. Think of sausage patties in the morning, but kind of like that, but different. Layered the entire thing, and then the sauce has huge fresh tomatoes all in it, an entire layer of that. You can get about 2 pieces down because they're so filling and so big. The box doesn't fit anywhere. We put it in the oven with the oven off. Just leave it in there. It can stay in there 2 days, unrefrigerated. You can still eat it. It's magnificent. They finally put one close to the border of Wisconsin, so I can drive a ways and still get it. So I don't have to go back to Chicago for that. One more thing, if you're going, suburbs, north of Chicago, suburb called Northbrook. There is a restaurant along 94 on the frontage road. It's actually, I think, in an office building. It's kind of like Benihana's, but not commercial chain like that. It's called Ron of Japan. And when you go in, just order the full meal is called a King Crown or a Crown King meal, whatever. You can order crown lobster or crown fillet, but this is both a crown lobster and crown fillet. They start you off with the chicken soup with the little noodles and all that. You get a salad with ginger dressing. Then they give you an appetizer of shrimp, and you get the egg sauce. You have to order it with egg sauce. It's bright yellow, like yolk colored. And after they cook the shrimp, they plop that on top. They cover it. It steams it. It bakes it. And then you have trays of teriyaki. It's their own deal. It's like a mix between teriyaki and soy. And this egg sauce is fluffy and rich and ridiculously good. And so you get the shrimp. I order an appetizer comes with every meal. I always order an extra order of shrimp. Eat that. Then they do all the vegetables, all that. Then the lobsters go on, and the tails are this big, that long, that big around. And they take it out of the shell and they chunk it all. But they keep the shell on the grill. They're doing it all in front of you, you know. And they chunk up the lobster. When it's cooked, they put it back in the shell. They load it back in the shell, and then they just dollop after dollop after dollop of this egg sauce. They put the cover over it and steam it all on there. And you just dig it out of the shell with your fork and dip it in the teriyaki. And when you're all done with that and you're like, holy shit, I can't fit one more bite, I'm going to die. I want to go out to the parking lot and just shoot myself. It's so bad. You're so full. Then they throw your filet on, and you forgot it was coming. And you're like, I got to eat this ginormous filet on top of that, plus all the vegetables. They cook all the fresh veggies, zucchini, all that. If I was on death row, I would order 2 and gladly go off to be put to sleep afterwards. Oh my God, dude, I know food, let me tell you. And those are the best 3 things Chicago has to offer, let me tell you. Yeah, you could make a vacation on those 3, eat at those 3 places, and go home and tell your friends, how was your vacation? I didn't do anything except went to 3 restaurants, and you would be the happiest man on the planet. Incredible. All right, enough of that. Oh, you have the Wilson Combat frame already. Well, I would have given it to you. I got a PWS brake on my shooter, and it works very well. PWS, never heard of it. Giovanni, do not sell your Sam 7 except for the... Oh, he wasn't going to sell it, I don't think. I think he was wondering which one he would buy. If you already have one, don't sell it. I have wing sauce all over my hoodie from dinner. Grown-ass man, but I need a bib. That's all right. It's okay. Don't worry about it. I just got smacked in the face taking apart a Bakelite mag. Classic. The spring hits you in the face. That is hilarious. I'm getting hungry. Squeaky Cooler made it. Glad you had to hear about my seat. You don't just get to learn about guns. You learn about classic, wonderful food. That's the one great thing. The only good thing left about Chicago is, and it was a great town to grow up in and everything. I loved it. Wouldn't trade it for the world. But the food is, I don't think there's many cities on the planet that can offer the food it does. I could go on and on and on about steakhouses and everything else, but so you get to learn a little other than guns. You know, hey, what are friends for, right? Got to tell you where to eat. I would love if one of you guys is ever there, business, something like that, traveling, whatever, that you went to one of those places and let me know what you think. Sometimes they think it's like, oh, we only like it because we're from Chicago and that's how we grew up and that's how we like it. And other people are like, oh, that's kind of weird. But I've never had anybody tell me that. Everybody I've ever taken to any of those places, they end up going back somehow, some way, or they rave about it, you know. But yeah, good places. So Superdog in Milwaukee for hot dogs. Lou Malnati's Pizza. You can go online. Lou Malnati's. You can order their pizza, deep dish. Comes in a metal pan. They will ship them anywhere in the country. Just follow the directions on it. It might not be perfectly as good as having it fresh from there, but it's damn close, damn close. They'll deliver them anywhere in the country. They're not even all that bad price-wise. Order yourself 3 of them, 4 of them, throw them in the freezer and try one and come back on here and tell me that I'm not right if you like deep dish. Now, thin crust in Chicago, every neighborhood, and by that I mean every mile and a half to 2 miles, apart, whatever, is a local neighborhood pizzeria. Every neighborhood has one, and we're not talking here. When I went to college, I thought I called my parents and said, I have to come home. I can't stay here anymore. And they said, why not? I said, because there's nothing to eat. I asked kids in the dorm, I'm like, where do you get a beef sandwich? What's a beef sandwich? How about a pizza puff? Or back then you didn't have pizza puffs everywhere. Chicago started it. What's a pizza puff? Okay, where you get a good hot dog? Well, they got them at, oh my God, they think Oscar Mayer wieners are hot dogs. That's garbage. I wouldn't feed it to my dog. They had no food like that. You had Little Caesars, Domino's, and that was it. It's like Subway. I'm like, you people are going to die. What's wrong with you? And I literally, I wanted to come home. There was nothing I could eat. It was like ridiculous. And you have a local hot dog joint that'll have hot dogs, hamburgers, beef sandwiches, combos, which is Italian sausage and thin sliced beef cooked in the gravy all day, served on ganella bread, sliced. You can order it wet, dry, or whatever. You order them wet, dripping with sweet peppers on it and giardiniera. What else? They used to sell sokies. That was ganella bread dipped in the beef juice for a quarter. And the kids coming home from school would throw a quarter on the counter and you'd give them a soakie. Maxwell Street Polish. Oh my God. When Maxwell Street existed, it was like a flea market / black market for anything stolen in Chicago. And it operated open air. You can go down there and buy car stereos, all kinds of crap. And there were vendors selling food. And there'd be the guys with the big grills. And they make Maxwell Street Polish. They were grilled and then deep fried. And they were big like that in a bun. Relish, mustard, grilled onions. That's it. Deep fry Polish sausage, it's ridiculous. You can order Maxwell Street Polish at any Chicago hot dog joint, any good Chicago hot dog joint. And don't let anyone tell you Portillo's is good, but it's not there's better. Trust me. Portillo's is a good substitute, the best closest thing when you can't get to your local neighborhood joint. But for thin crust pizza, every neighborhood, 7, 8 blocks, 20 blocks, whatever, has its own local little pizzeria. Joe's or our place was Villa Rosa. And when you were a teenager, you all went through the ropes of delivering pizzas there for a while and whatever. Your first date was there, that kind of thing. And ultra paper thin crust. And in Chicago, they slice it into squares, not pie shape. And delicious, magnificent. Anyhow, that's enough on the food stuff. But yeah, I'm starving now. I got to go eat. What's that pizza you can have shipped? Lou Malnati's. So first name Lou, L-O-U. Last name M-A-L-N-A-T-T-I-S, I believe. Have it shipped. It's phenomenal. Oh, and when you eat at the restaurant there, get one of their, you got to be careful. They have 2 salads, but the one that comes with the red wine vinegar dressing, and they do the purple onions on it. Oh, my God. Lou Malnati's and Portillo's both opened in Phoenix. No kidding? See, you're in luck. If you're from Chicago, you're in luck then. You're doing pretty good because, like I said, Portillo's is a good replacement. It's a real Chicago hot dog. And Lou Malnati's is fabulous for deep dish. I've never had anything else. I didn't even know the menu existed because me and my wife both grew up about 4 blocks from the original one. And the only thing you ever ordered there every week, you got a Chicago Classic, which they didn't call it Chicago Classic then. It was just a sausage deep dish pizza with butter crust. That's all I ever thought they made. I didn't even know there was a menu there. You went there in Cub Scouts, Boy Scouts, everything. That's the place, man. That's the real deal. If you want the real deal, that's it. Yeah, you want to get a good Vienna Polish sausage and grill it, and then throw it in a deep fryer at home. You can make them. I'm lactose intolerant, but I love stuffed crust and with jalapenos. It's the perfect storm of the public guts. Tommy Guns found it on Google. Gonna order. What should I get on it? Just, I'm telling you, just get the Chicago Classic, just sausage. Don't do anything else. I don't even know what that tastes like. I'm scared to know, because for 60, or well, not 60, 50 years, that's all you ever get there. That's all you order. Don't screw it up. Just order some sausage pizza. Sausage deep dish butter crust. They probably refer to it on there as a Chicago Classic sausage. You will be a very, very happy man. I promise you. Yeah. My wife used to send them to my work on Valentine's Day. They make them heart-shaped, and they'll ship them to you. Yeah, there you go. You looking for a good one for the wife? Call Lou Malnati's or go on the website and have them ship you a heart-shaped deep dish pizza. You will be very, very happy. That's the best Valentine's Day gift my wife ever gave me. Awesome. I'm starving. Jesus. All right, guys. So put the sights in the Glock. We did the video on the Galil. That was awesome. I'm loving the sights. And I showed you the product of the week last week, which was the earmuffs, the silicone ones for my razors. I can't tell you how marvelous those things are. They made the headphones so much quieter, so much more comfortable. You see me at the beginning of the video wearing glasses with them. The glasses work perfect and they seal around it. Wow, life-changing, those silicone ones. So if you got to change them out or you're buying a set of those razors, the Walker razors, go on Amazon, get yourself a set of those silicone inserts. They're the best. They're fabulous. So this week, when I was doing the premiere tonight, while I was watching it, I was up in the shop finishing up some 30-06 to take the Grand out. And I had just got done cleaning up all the 762 by 39 brass from our by 39 testing. And we're going to load up another batch of that. And I'm going to do some more research with that. And I keep threatening to do did I tell you what I got coming? All right. For those of you that have hung around this long, I'll tell you what I got coming. Got a Mossberg, what do they call it? It's a Mossberg 500, but it's a retrograde. Yeah, retrograde. So it's a remake of the World War II trench gun with the heat shield and the wood, and it's extremely cool. And the only problem is I wish it was the M1A version, because that has the heavy barrel and it has the ghost ring sights. Not all that excited about the ghost ring sights, but I would like the heavy barrel. But this one is the step down from it with just the bead sight, which is pretty much how the original was anyways. And it's very cool. And yeah, so got that coming. And it can mount a bayonet. Yes, it's the one that can mount the bayonet. Had to have that or I wasn't doing it, because there is one of the retrograde that won't mount it. And that's lame. I don't know if it's got a 20-inch or an 18-inch barrel. I'm not sure. But it's definitely cool. So that should be here, I don't know, another week or so. Maybe, I doubt by the end of the week. Maybe, who knows? Anyhow, that's coming. So I want to do a big shotgun video, Slugfest. Yeah, we're gonna do Slugfest. That's what we're gonna do. I keep threatening. I keep bringing the guns with me and all the shells, and I never have time to do it. But that's what I want to do. What are your opinions on the 9mm Gram Power Strybog? It's an import from. I held one for the first time a couple weeks ago in Florida, where I got the Mossberg actually, and it is way nicer than I thought it'd be. You know, everybody always said that was a poor man's whatever, but I thought that gun was going to be all plastic and everything, and it's not. It's way nicer than I thought. I would get one. Yeah, if I could just grab guns left and right like nothing, I would definitely get a B&T, and I'd get a Grand Strybog as well. Very, very nice little pistol. I don't see how they can call it a poor's gun. Very, very nice. Check it out. If you want one, get one. It's that nice. You can't go wrong. You won't lose any money on it. Where in Michigan? My favorite pies in Michigan are Pepinos, Mancinos. Can vary by location, and Villa Bakery in Garden City. My favorite all-time pizza. What cities are those in, Hattori? Are those around Detroit or what? Never heard of them. And I was in Michigan quite a while, but back then, man, in the 80s, Michigan food was friggin' horrible. Macomb County. Macomb County is Big Rapids, isn't it? Macomb County, Buddy's Pizza. Great Lantern is okay, but since pandemic, who knows anymore? It's all hit or miss. Why does Great Green Lantern sound familiar? And isn't Macomb County where Big Rapids is? I could swear it is. That's where I went to school. Looking forward to some here to, yeah, right? You trust me, you'll be like, oh, there. You'll be ordering them from now till the day you die, I promise you. Tommy, where is this? Is Macomb County? No, not. Where's Macomb County? Oh, Mecosta County. That's Mecosta County up there. The only reason I know that is because the good old Mecosta County Jail. College, I had a lot of fun. That's all I could say. But, you know. All right, guys. That's all I got. So a little sneak preview of next week, just north of Detroit. So toward Pontiac or what? I told you I was in, the hell was the town I lived in there? Next to Beverly Hills. Jesus, I'm getting old. All right. That is enough. 2 hours, 24 minutes of talking about a lot of not guns tonight. But hey, we had fun. It was good hanging out with all of you. SP9A3. Nice. I saw something else here too about Tom again. Chicago Classic with sausage and buttercrust. Got it. Wife not shipping to her new husband might get upset and not spending money on her. Wait. Not shipping it to her. Her new husband might get upset and not spending money on. Oh, I get it. Screw him. Don't worry about it, Tommy. So that's more where that came from, let me tell you. Did I miss anything other than that? Oops, someone else popped up. Loose heats well. It does heat exceptionally well. Fresh is always number one, but if you have to heat it, yeah, it comes out just fine. So the frozen ones, you're actually baking them. They're not pre-done. So it'll be awesome. You're gonna love it. Let me know what you think. Thanks, guys, for hanging out. Thanks for checking out the video. I'm getting back to making these videos. I can't just do these live streams. I love them, but I want to get stuff out to you guys. And uh, I got more time now. I got a lot more time. I made some changes in my life, and pretty much, I don't know, just doing my thing. I'm not working like I was, and devoting a lot more time to the family and my health and the kids and everything, the house. Uh, and I feel a ton better. Um, I was just worn out. My family needed me, and um, got to take care of the family. That's all. So anyhow, things are a lot better, and I got a little more time for this. So because I love doing this too, and that's part of being healthy, right? Is doing stuff you love. So, um, and my wife's happy. So that's that. And anything you guys want to talk about next week, drop me a line, say something on the video I dropped tonight, whatever you want to talk about next week. Anything you want to see, any videos I had, you want some remakes or reshoots or some fun at the range, please let me know. I want to go out and do the videos you want to see. So let me know anything you saw video on my channel, and Chris, I want to see more of that. Pepino's is in Grand Rapids. Okay, I go through there all the time because my daughter's in school up there, and I think I'll be going through Grand Rapids on Friday. So maybe we will stop. Awesome. All right, guys, thanks again. And as always, Rockford Ordnance out. And thanks for the super chat. I certainly appreciate it. Leo, leave me a couple comments. That'd be awesome. Ordered the BD2 from Robski. Good. And his wife ships super fast. You will have that thing like lightning. They are awesome that way. Really good. And you're going to love that muzzle brake. And for $60, you can't beat it. Best value for the money that I've ever found. I've done Manicore brakes. They're a lot more money and not nearly as good. That's my best recommendation. He says the same thing. For the money, you can't beat it. You'll end up putting I got 3 or 4 of them, and they work great. So good night, everybody. Thanks again.